Alright guys, we're back out at the lake park and it's actually almost time to go. We really haven't had much luck tonight, and we're out in the big field, out in an area where I've pulled a few fishies, a sixpence and a colonial copper, but I had this weird, it was kind of sounding good, but there was something really weird, and then I dug out this sort of like little screw, thumb screw. And then once I did that, there was actually a decent signal, and it's so weird with out here being so sparse for signals that these two just so happen to be near one another. The one thumb screw was like super deep. This didn't seem to be as deep, and I think we got some silver. That's a pendant of some sort. I don't know what that's supposed to be, a dog or what. It's just a head, and I see markings. I don't know if it's letters or if it's the hallmark symbols. I'll have to get a better look when I get home. To see, but we've had just a few modern pennies, but I mean, if that's silver, that's silver. That's some silver for tonight. And it's just about time to go. That is awesome. Very crazy. I've always got to check those holes after you pull something out. You never know what's in there with it. Now we're back at the lake park, and we've been out here for hours and hours, and not a whole lot, some modern pennies and stuff. It was interesting, on the last one, we got another one of these beasts. I think it's part of a mower. They might have mowed this field as part of the park back in the day with one of those farm mowers. And the funny thing is, after I pulled this out, and a good signal was right beside it, but it was a modern penny. And then we just dug up a hoe. It's even got a heart on the front. I don't know if this is old, or we're sort of in that area where the old British military encampment station was, but I'm thinking this might have been later. They might have used this. I don't know if they were doing some work out here to improve the grounds, and then someone broke it and lost it. Hard to say. It wasn't too deep, maybe 4 inches, but something like that's not going to sink too deep, being that having that much surface area. Pretty wild. Hopefully we can get some silver tonight. Well, that's the second horseshoe tonight. Now this thing is super thin, so I'm not sure if this is a game playing horseshoe, but I do see the nail holes. If so, if that's a real one, then this thing was worn really thin. That's crazy. There's not even any cleats left on it or anything. And then earlier we found a half, so it's a little bit more stout and sturdy. Huh. Very crazy. Yeah. You get those big signals. I like to dig them out here just to see what they might be. Well, we're back out in that area. We're just across the track where the old running track was, and right across from me was where the fishy spill and a bunch of wreathed silvers came out, V-nickel, that sort of stuff. And I think this might be from that same era. Got a tiny little button from, oh, looks like it had a shank. This thing was like ringing up a 15, but it was really deep, 5 bars. And yeah, it says standard something. It was a shirt button or something. But crazy. So tiny. It was right on the bottom of the plug. And yeah, we've had rain lately, so in this area at this time of year, it's not uncommon that get the plug and the hole fills up with water. Alright guys, we're back at the lake park. We pulled the 6-inch out tonight. We're in an area where they had a lot of ash dead, so they're removing a lot of the dead stuff right now. And so we're getting into this area where they've cleared a lot of the trees out. And we're just sort of on a bench below the high point and going down into the valley. And yeah, just above here is where there was some military activity in the 1800s, early 1900s. And we just got ourselves a 303 shell. And we got a DC 15-7. I don't know if this is military or what, but I mean, it doesn't look too bad, but we're on a slope where things would get preserved much better. So yeah, this could be, I think they did some, I have found a few military shells from late 1800s, early 1900s around here, so we'll have to research this and see what, see how old that is. Yeah, DC 15, DC Co probably. That's usually early markings, so hopefully that's it. Alright, we just got another one a few feet away. Alright, we might have a spot where they were doing target practice. Very sweet. Well, there's a third, exactly the same. Well, wherever there's military activity, there's military buttons. Well, we're up to 6 shells now. Oh man. Yeah, this is a flat bench area just down from the main slope. But you can see we have, it's almost like there's a steep drop off there. And this would have been like the perfect spot for shooting back in the day. It was probably all clear. Just over at mainly on the crest of the hill, and down there are where all the large oak trees are that are 100 or more years old. And yeah, so we'll keep looking around and maybe we can find some buttons, but I'm pretty sure those shells are early 1900s. So not far from here, just up the slope and over the ridge there is where the artillery was fired from back in 1902. So they were aiming that way, as they said, on a target out in the lake a mile from shore. Oh, we had a nice we're digging every signal here, so we had a 14 signal down there, and yeah, it was a little ways down there, not too far, and we're like literally right on the edge of the slope. And beside this ash tree they just cut down, it looks to be about 40 to 50 years old. It was dead, but this is really cool. We got ourselves a KG6 nickel. Oh man, I rarely get KG6 nickels, especially the multi-sided ones. Oh, so that's sweet. 1949. Wow. That wasn't even sounding like clad, but I don't know. It was sounding a more solid 14, but like I said before, when they're deeper, they tend to have a more solid sound than the blippity, so it must have been deeper. That's super awesome. Holy crap, guys, I thought I had a tree tag, another tree tag, and we got surface silver. Holy crap. I should have known. Just had a beaver tail pull tab back in the woods a little bit, and it was literally right on the surface. So yeah, it was a 2627, so I think it's going to be a sailboat. I don't think it's going to be wreathed, but that is super sweet. Oh shit. Well, I think we do have wreathed actually. She looks pretty worn though, but oh man, I'll take that any day of the week. Oh, that is awesome. Oh crap, man. We got KG5. Oh man, we got KG5. Oh, that is freaking awesome. Oh man, yeah. It's probably, at that, it's probably an 80% KG5, 1920 and later. Let's check out and see if we can get a year. All right, there we go, guys. We got KG5, and we actually got a last year 925. Last year 925 silver, 1919. Oh man, that is sweet. Maybe whoever was firing those shells off lost this. Well, this bench area would have been definitely a nice spot to hang out back in the day, so, and it looks like it was. That is so super sweet. Man, that glare is brutal. Yeah, it's kind of nice in the bush here. We got some street light to help us. We're near the trail, and they have the trail lit, so very awesome. All right, guys, we have a 2021 here, and we got something green in this. I don't know if it's a coin, though. It might actually be a button. That's very strange. Oh, maybe it is a coin. Oh man, I don't know. All right, let's clean this thing up and see what we got. Looks very intriguing. If it's a coin, it's really crusty. Man, that crust, it took a long time to get off. But we got ourselves a 2021. Yeah, we got ourselves an Indian. Oh yeah, the activity on this little bench here down the slope is goes back a ways. 1900. Oh, that is sweet. Yeah, some of the patina started coming off on that. Yeah, but that thing was so crusted up. Very crazy stuff. Wow, we're doing well tonight. I never expected. I thought I was going to try down here at this little bench and then in the bush, and then I'd go and finish off the pull tab challenge, which I may still do. We'll swing around here until we're finished. My headphones, unfortunately, are going to die first, so eventually I'll have to switch to not using the headphones. Oh, we had a nice 22 down another spot where they came into the bush with the machine, and we got ourselves a wacky pipe. Oh yeah, not just a piece of plumbing. Well, I'm beginning to think this pocket knife is about as old as that Indian head penny. Wow, this thing is just totally annihilated. She's just super, it just fell apart into pieces pulling it out. Well, this is only the third coin we've pulled out of this little bench area, and something not so old, but still, it's a very early memorial, 1960. All right, guys, it's Christmas Day. Well, it's evening now, but we're back in that area. So essentially, we're on a bench area, but it drops off here because this used to be a pit, gravel pit, way back when. I'm not sure how far back, but we're sort of on a flat area just before, and we're further down from where we were the last time. And we had a nice higher signal in the 20s, our first target, and we got a George VI. Looks like we got ourselves a 1942. Oh no, actually it's a 52. Very sweet though. It's a good way to start. It's kind of bushy in here, but I think we can manage with the 6-inch coil. So there we go, focusing better, and you can see down into the lower part of the park, and they've got a pile of logs because they're clearing all the dead trees out of this spot, which is going to make it quite nice for swinging through. Man, this spot is so much junkier than the other place we were the other time. But yeah, I'm picking up tons of trash. I'm going to have to go to the car and empty out for continuing. But we just had a key. Very cool. Looks like an older one. Not sure. It might be a padlock key. Hard to say, but that's pretty cool. Lots of cans down here. I actually just dug a C-size battery. Someone must have thrown it in here from a distance. Yeah, we got some good scrap actually. I got a nice little piece of thick copper wire, a car thermostat, and then a piece of some sort of heating element that looked pretty old. So, and it was copper or brass. So, yeah, getting a little bit of scrap tonight too.